handle the new board policy 5696, students and personal electronic devices, to be in compliance with New York State Education Law, Section 2803. As been noted in the past, the policy for K through 8 is not any different than before, but the high school has purchased Generation Faraday lockable pouches that will be provided to each high school student. This will allow the students to have their phones with them throughout the day, but not in use while school is in session. The state has provided some reimbursement per school district to implement this mandate, and we are going to receive $14,000, which will cover some of the cost. In the hopes of making things more convenient for parents, I'm going to ask that we put our new board policy on our tab and have a link to each school building's communication. I think it would be handy to have everything in one place. And if any parents out there have any questions about the policy or how it'll operate, please reach out to your building principals. And I just wish that everyone has a great day of first day of school on September 2nd. And I'll see most of you tomorrow morning. I don't know if anyone else has anything else to add. Okay. All right. Dr. B.
Thank you, Amanda. So just a few updates from my part. Last week, I had the chance to go to the Somers Public Library, where I met with the director and a lot of the exciting opportunities that they have for our students over the summer, but also those that are upcoming for this coming school year. So we talked about potential partnerships with Primrose and SIS into this coming year. So I'm very excited to work with Jessica, who's the director over there, and it's an exciting opportunity. The other thing I did last week is I continued my world tour of entry interviews with faculty and staff, and so had the opportunity to meet with many, many new and returning faculty. I also want to acknowledge our new public relations coordinator, who happens to be here, Allison McCaffrey, who's joining us, and we're super excited to have her on board as well. If you were in the middle school last week, you may have seen the halls buzzing about because we had our 6th grade orientation last week, where students were getting their lockers set up, and my personal favorite was one student who brought in her chandelier to dangle from her locker. It'll show her where her cell phone is while it's locked up, I guess. But that was exciting, and our teachers and administration helped orient the kids and the parents who were here. I met as well with Phyllis Morrison and the Tuskers Mentoring Program, who operate out of both this building and SIS. And she's excited to renew that partnership this year. And thanks to Mr. Platania over here, we have a nice space for our mentors who will be coming from the community to work with our students. Another thing I had the chance to do last week, which I was super excited to do since I started, was a so-called geographic tour of Somers. So I went with our supervisor of transportation, Gerard Esposito, along with Chris Platania, and we literally drove the physical boundaries of the school district. It's very important to me to have a full and complete understanding of everywhere within the catchment area, as they say. We have a couple more neighborhoods to go to, because I think we got lost in Heritage Hills, but we made our way out eventually, and I have a much better sense of where we're headed. I want to just dovetail with what Amanda said about our ex officio student members. Those two students, Jimmy and Allie, are going to be great, and we can't wait to have them. We had the orientation, as Amanda mentioned, as well. And I really want to acknowledge Liz and Tara, who are here with us, our directors of learning, for an incredible job organizing that event over a couple days for not only new teachers, but also support staff, which was a nice wrinkle, which we added in to help everyone. Our fall sports are off and running, and so I had the opportunity to go to the fall coaches meeting to meet with our coaches as they're already working with their teams and practices all on the SHS campus, and so we're very excited about that. Specifically, I want to point out that on September 6th, if you haven't been reading the papers, Somers will be playing Iona Prep, where I will personally be attending up at Christian Brothers Academy in Albany, and this is sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which is devoted to helping first responders and veterans and those who perished on 9/11. So please come out, make the drive up. We're trying to work out some possible student transportation options for that day as well, but it's going to be a very exciting game between the reigning New York State Public Athletic League champ and the Catholic League champ. So go Tuskers. All right, so the other thing I want to just mention as well, today we had our leader retreat for all of our curriculum leaders, grade level leaders, coordinators, department chairs, and that too was organized by Liz and Tara, and the theme this year was superheroes. So hence the garb that some folks are wearing today, but the basic gist of this was our leaders are in fact the ones who guide and lead the way for everyone else. So I'm tremendously appreciative of their efforts today, and that which will unfold over the course of the year with all the priorities that we're committed to accomplishing on behalf of our students. I'm also excited for the convocation tomorrow morning, and I'm looking forward to breakfast in the Commons at 7:30 before we'll all go to the auditorium. Earlier this week, I had shared the district-wide success plan with our faculty and staff, and on Thursday, I will be sharing a version of that document with parents and families and students so that they understand the priorities that we are going to accomplish over the course of the year. And at our September 16th board meeting, we'll go into much greater depth around the gist of the district-wide success plan and each school's building level success plan, which aligns with the district's work. So you'll look out for a video from me on Thursday with a bit more information along with that note about the success plan. So I want to just wish everybody a wonderful Labor Day weekend, rest up, and we'll see everyone bright and early getting off the buses and the cars on Tuesday, September 2nd. Thank you.
Okay, that will now bring us to our first public comment period. If there's anybody here who would like to make a public comment on agenda items. Okay, then we will move right into board action for the personnel consent agenda. Resolved that the Board of Action, upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools, hereby approves the attached personnel agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? CSE, CPSE meeting recommendations. Resolved that the Board of Education, having received copies of recommendations of the meetings as listed on the attached memo, hereby approves same.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Business consent agenda. Resolved that the Board of Education, upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools, hereby approves the attached business agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Chris, is there anything you want to point out, or this was a pretty straightforward one before we vote?
Pretty straightforward, just a special education contract with one of the schools, and then there's also a free and reduced price policy that we have to, or statement that we have to approve. And again, this year is a little different, knowing that every child now is entitled to free breakfast and free lunch. There is going to be some communication going out as to what that actually means. A complete lunch is free and a complete breakfast is free. All the other snacks and water and additional a la carte items are not free.
So kids can't fill up on cookies and...
Yeah, I mean, they can, but they'd have to pay for it. And then it's also important for people to still fill out the free and reduced lunch applications, as that could have an impact on some of the funding for this in the future.
For the reimbursement
Yep,
piece.
so we're still looking to have everyone complete that, even though you will automatically be enrolled in the free meals.
If anyone had any questions on the free and reduced lunch forms, they contact your office or Jill?
Jill Weissman.
Weissman's office? Okay, which is the cafeteria, and her information's on the website,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Did you say there's going to be more information about that
Yep.
process? Because I've gotten it.
Yeah.
Great. Yep, and I know we're going to be posting some stuff on some of the social media that'll be going out shortly, so.
Great. Yeah, I think parents are confused as to what exactly is free and not free and,
Yep.
and how that all
Do
works.
they have to fill out the form?
And if they have to
Are
fill
they
out the
going to
form.
actually be charging and how? Yeah, there's a whole lot of question. That
Yep.
was the question I got. I said,
Gotcha.
well, I'm getting a free lunch, right? It's all free, we're gonna have to pay or not pay, but the website says everyone should fill out the form, and do I have to? So there's a lot of questions.
So still fill out the form. Everyone is entitled to a free, complete meal. It's the extras that are still going to cost people.
It's part of the budgeting process. The state will only reimburse us for the meals that we wouldn't get reimbursed for by the federal government, and the free and reduced lunch program from the federal government still requires the form. That's part of the issue. If that simplified it a little bit, hopefully. Okay.
Yeah, and the form, just to say, those forms are still relevant in other things for
Yes.
which the district applies for grants and aid and all that sort of thing. So it's critical that we still have that data, even though everyone is now entitled to a certain level of free and reduced lunch, so to speak.
So while it sounds simple, it's not, in essence. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? Modified wrestling merger. Resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Somers Central School District does hereby approve the merger of the modified wrestling team of the Somers Central School District and North Salem Central School District for the 25-26 season as per the merger application.
So moved.
Second.
Now, modified meaning that it's a modified team. Is that like it's 8th grade, it's 7th and 8th grade? Is that,
Yep.
okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain. And this brings us to our second public comment section. Does anyone have any public comment on general topics? Okay. And that brings us to any further board comments, if anyone has anything.
Wish everyone a happy and productive school year. Welcome back to all the teachers and faculty and staff. Looking forward to a good year.
I have something.
Yeah.
I ditto what Daryl just said about welcoming everyone back. There's a lovely event tomorrow night at Antioch Baptist Church. They're offering a back-to-school pizza night for students, teachers, school staff, parents, and Board of Ed members, they said. So I thought that was really nice. It's in Bedford Hills, Church Street. Thank you.
I just wanted to comment briefly on the professionalism which is being shown by Coach DiMatteo regarding the Iona Somers game. The article that was in today's Journal News is impeccably well written and really shows how both coaches are taking the game seriously, how seriously the kids are taking it. This is obviously a very difficult game for me because I teach and coach at Iona. I have one student who will be making his first start as a senior at Iona on the O-line, and I have another student who will be making his first varsity appearance here at Somers. So I'll be in the Switzerland shirt at the game, but I do hope a lot of people go because it is an outstanding example of what can happen when two schools that really care about something come together and treat it with nothing but respect. I also got to go, switching gears to the littlest learners, to the kindergarten meet and greet on Sunday. And if you're ever looking to have your faith restored in humanity, go and see incoming kindergartners because they were so excited, and the level of joy that those little beings are bringing into the school and the level of care and concern that Katie Winter and Meg Benedetto showed to them was just phenomenal. So that in and of itself is a very, very exciting start. Excited to say that SEF has partnered with the district to bring the sensory room that was so successful at Primrose here to, well, not here, this is the middle school, but to SIS as well. It'll be duplicating almost exactly the same thing. And if you're looking for something to do on October 14th and you consider that you're good at trivia, please come and join us at Burger Barn for the first annual SEF Trivia Night. And have an amazing school year.
Yeah, so I'd like to welcome everybody back. Looking forward to a good year. We have a great team. I think we're gonna have a very good year. And good luck to the football team. It's gonna be a big game. If you guys can make it up there, it's gonna be outstanding. So looking forward to that. And looking forward to a good year.
Excellent. Yes, and I agree about the kindergarten meet and greet. That was a wonderful event. I actually made it to that too. I forgot about that. And Katie and Meg always do a wonderful job of orienting all the little ones to everything.
Amanda, we were having some technical issues during your opening speech. If you want to go back for the video to add that, it's up to you.
It's okay. Good thing I wrote it down. I thought you were like kidding for a second there.
No, no, no.
All right, well, I attended the new teacher lunch last week and was able to meet some of the new faces coming into Somers Central School District. Dr. Bronstein informed me that the new teacher orientation went very well. Tomorrow morning, we'll welcome everyone back for the brand new school year. PTA Council will be hosting a breakfast at which all the PTAs will be present and ready to take in memberships. And you can find me at the SEPTA table. I'll also be delivering remarks on behalf of the board, welcoming everyone back. And as you've seen, the personnel agendas have been large this past month, but as we welcome new faces and others being shifted around into new buildings, so a lot of excitement here. Also, tomorrow morning at 10:30, the board's invited to attend a facilities tour where our Director of Facilities, Chris McCartney, will show off the hard work that him and his team have done over the summer to get all of our buildings and grounds ready to welcome new students next week. Our new athletic facilities and some items that will be worked on with the passage of the bond last May are some of the highlights, I think, on the tour. I believe right now I have Darryl, Rosalind, Pat, and myself joining Dr. Bronstein, Chris Platania, and Chris McCartney, and others. So that'll be fun. Put on your walking shoes, I suggest. Last week, Dr. Bronstein and I met and oriented the new student board members who will be joining us at the table in September. And they'll be offering a student report each month where they'll be getting feedback from the students. And by now, many parents should have seen the different parent squares coming out from the building principals, including how each building will handle the new board policy 5696, students and personal electronic devices, to be in compliance with New York State Education Law, Section 2803. As has been noted in the past, the policy for K-8 is not any different than before. The high school has purchased the Generation Faraday lockable pouches that will be provided to each high school student. This will allow the students to have their phones with them throughout the day, but not in use while school is in session. The state has provided some reimbursement per school district to implement this mandate, and we are going to be receiving $14,000, which will cover some of the costs of the pouches. In the hopes of making things more convenient for parents, I'm going to put the new board policy under our Board of Education tab and a link to each of the building's communications, so that way it's all in one place. And if anyone has any questions about the policy or how it will operate in their building, please reach out to the building principals. And I just wish everyone has a great first day of school on September 2nd. I think it'll be a great year.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. All right, now it's just getting ridiculous. Okay, so that being said, I resolve that the Board of Education will go into executive session to discuss the employment history of particular persons.
So moved.
So moved. Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Oppose, abstain? Okay.